Alright, so for this, I'm just going to show you many of the games, more of the graphics kind of stuff that I did. I've done like blackjack and some other sort of games like tic-tac-toe and stuff without really graphics. So I'll just show you all like the kind of cool graphics ones. So first we have a circle in a circle. Now, for my desktop, for my laptop, it's slightly smaller than a desktop, like the screen size, so it doesn't actually show all the screen because the resolution can't be as high. So basically, it's just a circle bouncing in a circle. All right, for the next one, it's a square bouncing in a square, but every time, every time there's a collision, it changes color. Pretty sweet. So it changes to any random color, in the RGB values. And in the next one, I just have smiley faces going around, and it just kind of slowly pops in right there, and then all four right there. So kind of little neat sort of thing. This was basically testing to get images, and the other ones was testing collisions. So now I know like circle collisions and square collisions. That circle one took me a long time to do. It was terrible trying to do that kind of stuff. This one, what is this one? Oh, this was my snake game. So this is my first actual like real sort of game. So we have like how to play stuff, high scores. So you can see my high score is the best, DJA. And that's my brother. Then he's a friend of mine. He's like kind of my beta tester, I guess. Like test my games out and stuff, because we had the same class. So when you just start, and I changed up the color from normal. And if you die, you get the Easter egg and stuff, and that shows the credits and stuff like that. Anyway, if you start, you can go collect, and if you collect it when it's green, you just saw right there, it gave you 4 points, and that's basically that. And you die, press any key to continue, and there you go. There's the leaderboards. Click again, and then you can start again. All right, so for my checkers game, my checkers took forever. Now, as you sadly, you can't see the bottom row because again, it's not designed for my laptop. I didn't like build it on there, built it on my other computer which had like a larger screen so I could use that. So basically though, you just click on it down. So basically down here you'd have one other row, and then underneath that you would have, oh, player one's turn, player two's turn. So you click on this and you can see, oh yeah, I can pick between one of these two. Press that. Oh, this one, I might as well go this one right here. Now say I want to go here. It actually gives you a green square telling you you can only move here, and it shows the jump. So if you can jump, you have to jump, as in like the tournament sort of rules. So I jump here, right? Now let's say I wanted to do here. It does both of them. You click on one, it makes the other one go away. This stuff took forever to do. It was my most messy code, almost the messiest to date, except for the newest one that I made. So yeah, and you just jump. Sadly, there are no double jumps. So if I would try to set up a double jump, yeah, you just can't do double jumps. Just to kind of trust me on that. Anyway, so yeah, so I have to jump there and so on. So this took me a long time, but really no one cares about checkers. Doing any double jumps or anything beyond that, I don't think I can do. And adding menus and stuff, I might add a menu later on in like heavy and high score. Also, real quick, you can get king, and you can move all four directions and that stuff too. So basically the whole game's set, except doing more than one jump. So I guess it's a little bit more strategy kind of in that too. The very next one we have, what is this one? Oh, this is a platformer. This is pretty sweet. I hate the platformer sort of things. So we press start. I don't know if you can see the very bottom. I think I cut it off in the recording. But basically you jump around, right? The guy is kind of really weird. A random guy in my computer science class told me to use him, so I did. And then like all the tile maps. So it's super easy. There's a program where you can literally edit anything on this. And then I had to code from that. They give a file and then take information from that file and put it into Python. And it's not really done. I was going real strong up to this point, and then I stopped, took a long break over the winter. And then I'm coming back into it after this game. This will be all like most recent stuff that I just did. So yeah, you can go. If I fall down that pit, I can die. If I touch the water, I can die. Let's see if I can make it to the end. Now this one right here, I have to do collisions and squares, so that's why I like slowly fall. And jump over here, and we win. And yeah, so if I just press any button, then I go back to the very start, and I'll just show you dying. There you go, game over, back to start. All right, next one. What is this one? Oh, this one's Pong. So with the Pong game, this one took a good amount of effort. I actually learned a lot about AI and sort of stuff. Not like the best AI ever, but doing, I guess I could do like for, one player. You could do 1 player, 2 player, AI versus AI. You also can like how to play sort of thing, kind of like all of them. So if I do 1 player, you can pick max speed. This is the max speed of your computer. And this one max speed is actually lower. It's the normal max speed, but its AI is predictive. And I'll show that real quick. So when you versus AI, the movement, you can see kind of it's glitchy when like the Y ball moves slower. You can see it's a little bit glitchy, and the one on the right's very, very smooth. Yeah, you can kind of see it's kind of glitchy. Then the other one is a little better. I guess not glitchy. It's not as smooth. That's the main thing. The max speed is the exact same. It's just the AI that's predictive versus follow, and you can already see the one on the right is doing more. The one on the right gets about, I'd say about 9 or 10 points before the other one would score. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's slightly less. And I've had this run up to like multiple hundreds and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. And yeah, I could also verse the expert too. It's super hard. It just like knows exactly where the ball is going to be. And there's just like no way to beat it unless you hit the ball at the very right. And then it goes all the way up here to the very like top. If it hits any up and down, it'll just make it easier for the computer to do. See, it just hits up there. It already knows that it's going to be there. There's that one. And the ball also can hit the side of it, but if it hits the exact corner, it does go through. It's just, I'm not going to worry too much about that. Eventually I'll probably find a way how to get it to where it won't do the corners. But with the platformer, the exact same thing would happen is sometimes you could go the exact corner, but I fixed it on the platformer. So yeah, this is stuff that's currently happening right now. So that's the Pong game. I guess I could have added credits to the Pong game. I'm probably going to do that. Anyway, the next one, what is this? This is the spinner. So if you ever heard of Chutes and Ladders, I made a Chutes and Ladders game that does it automatically. So here's the how to play. If you don't know how to play Chutes and Ladders, you can pause that if you want to see that longer. So you can have up to 4 players. I'll just pick 2. So we press 2, and then do you want the game to automatically play for you? So I'm just going to click no for right now. So we have a spinner right here. This is my first actually doing something moving or animation sort of thing in game. All of it's coded in game. It's not like a GIF or anything that's spinning it. It can't be. So you player 1's turn, and you see it rolls a 6. It starts at the 6, and then it goes down each one as it moves, and now it's at 6. And you have player 2's turn. He rolled a 3, and eventually, if you get to one of these squares, like a 4 or a 9 or a 1, then you actually will go up the ladder, which is pretty cool, or you could potentially go down the slide. So yeah, then if I do 4 players and I do automatically play, now there is a little bit of, I guess, glitchiness, sort of. Sometimes it doesn't exactly do what I want all the time. What I mean by that is sometimes like, oh yeah, guys right here, but really the game thinks it's right well, more of like a y-axis change, because you can see this, like this square is kind of taller than these middle squares. It's because the image, and it's kind of hard to code that. But coding all of these individually, like this slide goes all the way down to here and all that kind of stuff, and having it go automatically, a lot of the like kind of things that like slow the game down also are removed with the autoplay. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's Chutes and Ladders basically, and you can pick any amount of players basically you want. Quit out of that. And then the very last one is Pacman. Pacman is still a work in progress. So here's Pacman. I have kind of more of a grayish kind of scale, with kind of a lighter blue. So 2 players does not work right now. I'll have to get 2 players to work with arrow keys or something like that. So we have how to play. If you don't know how to play Pacman, you should probably play Pacman. Then we have credits right here. So there's me, then Powell kind of helped out with some of the like walls and doing all the rectangles with those for basically collisions, and I coded all the collisions sort of based in. Um, so if we want to just do player one, now this is like a keep enable keep going. So I'm just gonna say no, but basically if you go right and you try to go up, you see how I'd miss going up, it would just keep going you right, basically. It's kind of like that. I just finished right before the thing I was working on was making sure all the dots were exactly in the center. Before they weren't. I don't have an old version of it. I don't think. I might. I think I have old pictures though, just to kind of like show that sort of thing. I think the number of dots is the exact same. So yeah, and this one is the hardest AI I have done to date. So what the pink guy comes out when you get 20 score, and then the other guy comes out, the orange guy comes out when there is, what is it? Like if you pick up 1/3 of the dots on the screen. So yeah, you can go around and you can go back, and they follow you pretty good. Now this is level 1. I made it specifically very easy. I do have a lot harder levels, and each level, up to a certain point, the AI gets actually smarter and they follow you a lot more. It's not exact to the Pacman game 100%, but it's close enough. So yeah, you can just like pick all of them up. You have the animation of the eyes of the ghosts moving like up, down, left, right. Animation of the Pacman. All of these are walls that Pacman has to get stopped by so he doesn't go through them. I can kind of sneak around because I'm like twice as fast as the ghost because it was so hard when they were like similar speed. And they're like 75% of the speed of me. So yeah, and you can see kind of how it gets clipped a bit. You just kind of have to get used to that. Ooh. Let's see if I can win. Alright, I think I can win this. And there we go. It says you win. Then if I get hit along the way, as of right now, the menus and stuff isn't 100% set up. But basically, oh, I got hit. I lost. Game over. And now there's actually 2 more dots than there originally was in the game as I like realigned all the dots to make them all nicely in the center. And sadly, it's not a tiled game. So if I had like a tile running from the top left all the way down, it won't be exact, sadly, because I had to shorten this up based on like the height of the computer and all that kind of stuff, which really sucks because it would have been way easier if I had the tiles. So that's basically it. I do have a lot like other little tiny projects and stuff. Basically, let's go right here. See, I have like blackjack. I have a message encoder and decoder. Connect 4. It's not really. I didn't build that yet at all. Deck the halls is kind of like, they're just like stuff I did in class. This one's like find a word if misspelled. It kind of works, but kind of doesn't at the same time. It depends. I could make this a lot better if it was in Java, because I know how to like find words and all that kind of stuff. Guess user number, so that a computer actually can guess your number if it's between 1 and 100 in 7 or less tries, which I think is pretty cool. We got high score sort of thing. So I made this high score and then I implemented it into my Snake game. We have Mastermind. If you ever know that Mastermind game, I have that. It's in a console version. It's not in graphics, but it is really, really cool. And it took a long time to code that too, even though that's kind of something that I don't really think about because I'm all about graphics right now. And then there's tic-tac-toe, time it takes to run code, so I could figure that out and implement it into other things. This is like a turtle program, and then a vending machine my friend made. I'll just do the turtle one, I guess, because that one kind of has graphics too. And yeah, Mastermind's definitely the best one out of all of those. Can we get turtle? I guess it has to open a new atom because there's so many files open in the other one. All right, let's just run that real quick. Doing all this in one take. So yeah, it's kind of cool how it just like built a little house thing. So this was before, this is like the first graphic sort of thing that I did. And then I ended up doing the other graphic stuff with the tic-tac-toe that was kind of in graphics, but it's just like X's and O's, so it's not that cool. And then I ended up going to those like the square and a square moving and stuff like that. Then people were like, oh yeah, you could change the the color and all that kind of stuff. Then if we want to make it, I think it was like called Dank Ball or something like that. And then we could just change the image up with a square and a square. Say, oh, all these like dank images or dank memes and stuff like that if you really wanted to be cool. But yeah, I could have that maybe as a screensaver or something like that. That'd be kind of cool if I could do that. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this kind of video of me showing off what I've done so far. Hopefully I can do another big project soon. Pacman was definitely the biggest one, took a lot of time, and I even had to have some help on that. Alright, so I